So in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you exactly how I've been able to generate $1.6 million by selling a simple digital service. Now, I started this business all from my parents' bedroom and with zero experience, zero knowledge, zero certification. And over the course of I started this back in 2019. Over the course of 5 years, I've been able to generate over $1.6 million. And as of late, we've actually been able to generate even more. The last year was probably a bulk of the yearly revenue. So in this video, I want to share with you guys exactly the process and the steps so that you can copy exactly what I did so that you can grow your own marketing agency. And so this method here that I'm about to share with you, it has generated me 1.6, but even if you did half of that, or let's say even 10% of that, you'll still be able to generate $500,000 or even worst case scenario, $10,000 every single month. So in this video, there's not gonna be a whole lot of edits. It's gonna be a lot of raw, unedited content. And so if you're looking to watch some type of entertaining, flashy, pop-up, crazy editing videos, then this isn't for you. But if you're looking to actually learn something and implement these steps that I'm about to share with you today, then continue watching. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into my whiteboard here. As you can see, you can literally just, like I said, copy exactly what I'm gonna do for you. I've actually laid out all the steps that you need to do. So we're gonna be covering, everything that you need to learn in order for you to grow, to see exactly how I did this. All right. So here's a Stripe screenshot here of how I generated over $1.6 million. And as our monthly revenue, we've generated as high as close to $60,000 per month at a 70 to 80% net profit margins, since we have little overhead providing a digital service. So this isn't where you have to open up an office, or you gotta hire a crew members, you gotta buy trucks and get all these gears together to start your business. For me, when I first started, I started as a young, kid. I lived in my parents' bedroom and I didn't have a whole lot of money. So this was the best business model for me. That way I could just kind of start and get things rolling. And so now we generate anywhere between $40,000 to $60,000 on average every single month, and we're actually even scaling that even further this year. The goal is to get it to $80,000 to $100,000 per month, and that is where we're projected to do. So if you take these steps right here, multiply it, you will get there too. All right. So, and this is how it looks like. I mean, these are just more screenshots of you getting paid through my Stripe. Through my Stripe, which is my payment processor. And as you can see, like, clients will pay us upwards of $10,000, $10,500. And as you can see, just payments coming in there. And then this is what notifications look like on my phone, right? So you'll get notifications. You receive $5,000, you receive $1,500, $3,000, $6,500. And this is a really cool notification to get, right? Because coming from somebody that was a college graduate, was supposed to become a doctor, working 9 to 5, I did not, realize that you could make this internet money where you're just essentially making somebody's monthly income or monthly salary in one payment. And it just pops up on your phone. Like, you don't have to be anywhere, do anywhere, commute anywhere. Okay. So I thought that was really awesome. And, this is the business model to do that. Now, as you can see here, I started my service, like I said, my service business with zero skills, all from my parents' bedroom. It's a digital service, and I did this because I hated my 9 to 5 job. I hated commuting. I hated my manager watching over me. It was just terrible. I just hated that lifestyle. I didn't have the freedom I wanted, right? So financial, time, and location freedom, and I just wanted more. I didn't leave my house for 3 months so that I can work on my business unless it was going out for a walk, because my mind was just fried by the end of the day. So you're gonna be saving a lot of time and frustration, and just be able to skip that learning curve by watching this video. And so, like I said, I locked myself in my house for 3 months. I didn't leave unless it was for a walk, and I just focused on solely growing my business. And before this, I didn't have any kind of business experience, and I was literally completely new to this whole thing. I didn't have any business background. I didn't have anyone to support or look after or reach out to for help, right? A lot of this was a lot of trial and error and just kind of learning as you go. And by sticking with it, as you guys can see here, I mean, we got that financial freedom. I was able to purchase my dream car, a nice C63, which was really nice. I also got to achieve a 2 Comma Club award by ClickFunnels. You know, I got to join the 2 Comma Club. So for those of you that don't know, it's basically a club where your business earns over 7 figures by building funnels through a platform, and I was able to win that award. And then lastly, time and location freedom, right? This allowed me to essentially travel around the world, got to go with my friends, my family, and all this was because I had a digital service, right? You didn't have to commute, you didn't have to be somewhere. You can literally do this from anywhere in the world as long as you have some type of like Wi-Fi connection. All right, so we're gonna jump into here. And so the digital service, the simple service that I started providing was starting a Google Ads agency. And my agency has now managed over $10 million in ad spend. As you can see there, we'll go ahead and zoom in that, $10.1 million has been managed. So we have a ton of data on what works and what doesn't. And obviously we didn't start at $10 million, right? We started at zero. So for those of you out there, you're like, oh man, Jordan is so way ahead at $10 million. Listen guys, there's tons of businesses every single day that's looking for marketing, right? Every single business all need one thing. They need more customers. And so there's a huge market and everyone can get a piece of the pie. So this is just kind of to show that no matter what experience you have, where you're located in the world, if you can just get started and take that first step and then another step in front of the other, you will eventually get there, okay? So we have now managed over $10 million in ad spend, which is something I'm pretty proud of because it's not like I woke up one day and said, hey, I'm gonna start a Google Ads agency, right? So I'm kind of share with you guys leading up how we actually started that and all that good stuff. So the Google Ads agency is the best lead generation platform because Google is the #1 search engine, right? If someone is looking for something, they're likely going to use Google to find that thing. And so that makes that lead generation process a lot better because you're now generating higher quality leads compared to if you were to run Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok ads, right? A lot of marketing agencies are going to teach you to run Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat ads to generate leads for your clients. But those are going to be a little bit more low quality leads, right? Because these ads, it's essentially disruptive marketing where you're trying to stop someone from scrolling, looking at cat videos or whatever it is to get their attention through your ad to generate a lead for your client. Now with Google, it's the other way around. You're not doing disruptive marketing, right? It's more intent based, meaning that the person is looking, searching, and finding your client and calling them directly. So it makes them a red hot lead, a premium lead, a much higher lead quality. And that is exactly how I've been able to build up my agency and how my agency has been different from every other marketing agency out there that's offering lead generation, okay? And so when I switched, obviously when I first started out, I offered Facebook ads just like everybody else did. And I quickly realized that I wasn't getting great results and the clients were dropping off, right? They would discontinue my services. And so when I switched over to running Google Ads for my clients, not knowing how to run Google Ads at all, I was able to stop churning clients, okay? And I was able to now focus on client retention because now we can actually get them awesome results. And in the marketing world, SMA, digital marketing agencies in general, I feel like client retention isn't talked about enough because client retention is the key to having a successful marketing agency. If it wasn't for client retention, I would be in essentially a hamster wheel, right? So having to chase after new clients every single month. But when your agency focuses on client retention, meaning you can actually provide them great results and keep them, right? Because if they're getting great results, they're going to want to stay with you compared to them leaving every single month. You have to chase after new clients. And so as you're able to retain your clients, your marketing agency automatically compounds, right? So you're able to actually keep growing because you're keeping your clients. And the reason I was able to do that was because I switched from all these other platforms to generate leads to a Google Ads agency where we can now generate more premium quality leads for our clients. And they love that much more. Yes, Google Ads does cost a little bit more as far as like lead costs and advertising costs and things like that, but your clients save so much time having to not have to chase after leads that are being generated through Facebook and Instagram, right? So with Google, these leads are calling them directly, and your clients are able to turn these leads into new customers, because at the end of the day, if you're not driving a return on their investment, they're not going to stay with you. And so I went from having clients sign on and discontinue our services on a monthly basis to having clients sign on with us and staying with us for years, right? So I started my agency like back in 2019, and our very first client that we ever signed on was a lawyer, and that lawyer is still a client with me today, which is like 5 years later. Okay, and not a lot of marketing agencies can say that, where they've had a client stayed with them for literally 5 years. Okay, most of the marketing agencies, and if you're a marketing agency yourself, you probably have some experience with this, where you sign on a client and they just, for whatever reason, they discontinue services within the first 3 to 4 months. Okay, maybe if not sooner. So it's super important to focus on client retention. How can you do that? And the way to do that is to, number one, get awesome results, right? Pretty self-explanatory. And then number two, just having exceptional communication, okay? Amazon is one of the biggest companies in the world, and the reason is not because of the products they sell, right? Because they actually don't sell any products at all. So with Amazon, the reason why they're such a big company is because of their customer service. They have really, really good customer service. If you've ever talked to their customer support, their chat, they are very buyer friendly. They are on your side. They're willing to do whatever it takes to help you, figure out what it is. So if you're a Prime member, I've always had good experiences with Amazon support. So if you can combine great support communication along with getting awesome results, you're going to have client retention, and that is how your marketing agency is going to compound over time. Okay, so for those of you that don't know anything about Google, right, I actually have a free course on my YouTube channel that teaches you how to run Google Ads for free. It's a super in-depth training, exactly from A to Z, how to put together a Google Ads campaign for local service-based businesses. And you could go watch it. It's one of my more popular videos, as you can see here. And prior to doing my Google Ads agency, like I said, I knew nothing about marketing. I didn't know anything about lead generation. And now I have $10 million worth of data. So I know how to put together a campaign to generate high quality leads for these businesses and exactly how they want it. So make sure you check out that video. I'm always posting up new and updated Google Ads videos as well. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and you want to learn more about it. But yeah, feel free to go through the free course. It's a super cool video. After you go through that video, you're gonna know exactly how to run Google Ads for essentially any business. And now you become a valuable asset to any business that you come in contact with, because you know now how to generate more customers for them. And if you know how to generate more customers for a business, you know how to drive revenue. You know how to bring profits to a business and help them grow. And in return, business owners are willing to pay you big money for that, right? So make sure you watch that video and you're gonna know exactly how to run Google Ads, all right? So now that we know how to run Google Ads, we need to learn how to get clients, okay? So getting clients is obviously how we get paid for our digital service. And the cool thing is, like I said, you can work from anywhere in the world because you're just managing clients from your laptop. You can run Google Ads from pretty much anywhere you want, right? So it doesn't matter where you're at in the world. I've had students that they're in Iceland, they're in Japan, Thailand. I literally have students all around the world running Google Ads for their clients, all right? So depending on how many clients you want to get, how big your goals are, if you're trying to look to get 10K a month, you literally need 5 clients at charge $2,000 per client, right? And you're at 10K per month. So how hard is it to get 5 clients, guys? It's there's marketing agencies out there that have 30, 50, hundreds of clients. And so in order to make 10K per month, all you literally need is 5 clients, right? One hand. So you can, it's definitely doable. Very, very simple, right? So get 5 clients, charge each one 2,000, you're at 10K per month, okay? You wanna double that, get 10 clients, you're at 20K per month. Super simple. So the first step to getting clients is that you need to figure out your niche. Who do you wanna target as your ideal client, okay? And so you can just skip the learning curve. I would suggest you just go after proven niches, okay? So don't try to come up with something brand new, or don't sit there trying to figure out who to target, okay? Just literally do a little research on, you can literally go on Facebook and just see what marketing agencies are, who they're running ads for. Maybe you scrolled on your Instagram or your Facebook and you really didn't really notice before, but if you really look at the ads, who are the ads tailored to, okay? And those are proven niches. And I actually have a video on my YouTube channel sharing the best niches for Google Ads to go after. So if you want to check out that video, it's all on my YouTube channel. There's so much free content for you guys to learn, right? So figure out the niche, who you want to target as your ideal client. And like I said, skip the guessing game, just go after proven niches because we already know it works, right? So that's just to save you some time. So if you're just starting out, the goal is to gather case studies and testimonials because this will make closing and the snowball effect grow. Everything's gonna be much easier with this process, okay? So if you're starting at scratch from zero, this is your first time watching this video, or maybe you have a marketing agency but you didn't know this small little step, your goal should be gathering as many case studies and testimonials as possible because now we can use these as pieces of assets to essentially show future prospects that, hey, we can actually get results, right? So the goal, get people to vouch for you in however way you want to do it. So that way we have content, we have assets, and it's going to make the closing ability for future clients become a lot easier, okay? And the key is to really just get the ball rolling and you're going to experience the snowball effect, right? So in the beginning, don't just sit there and watch endless YouTube videos, okay? After watching this video, you don't need to watch any other video, right? So just get started. It's literally get the ball rolling, get the needle moving. What is the next step I gotta do to get the needle moving, okay? And in the beginning, it's gonna be really, really slow, okay? You're starting up a business. This is not a get rich quick scheme. It's not get rich overnight. It's not get rich in a week, okay? It's gonna take work, it's gonna take time, and it's gonna take, you know, some things for you to really put effort in. And as you put more effort in, that snowball is gonna slowly get bigger and you're gonna hit what's called an exponential growth in your company, right? So in the beginning for me, myself, you know, started off really slow, trying to just land my first client, obviously. But after we landed, you know, our first like 3-4 clients, we figured out that process, that system, and people were starting to you know, reach out to us and things were just starting to click. And that's how we were able to grow to 10, 15, and even 20 clients, right? And then, you know, being able to charge from 1,500 to 2,000 to 3,500 to 5,000 to even now where we have clients paying us up to like 12 to 13,000. I think we have a client paying us like $15,000 per month, right? So what is that worth to you guys? If you can just land like one client and he's paying you $15,000 per month, literally one client, okay? So it's in the grand scheme of things, I just want to show you guys that how simple this is and how doable it is as well, right? So understand that it is truly a numbers game. So when you are getting clients, it is a numbers game. It's how many people you talk to, how many people you reach out to. You can't expect to land any new clients if you don't put yourself out there, if you don't talk to anybody, and you don't tell anybody about what it is that you do, right? Fair enough. If you're not out there, no one's gonna know about you and you're not gonna have any new clients, right? So the more people that you reach out to, the more people you start talking to, the more people you start sharing about what it is that you do, the more people will be interested in what it is that you have to offer, okay? So I'm gonna break down all the ways that you can get clients. All right. So we have some stuff to cover here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and start with the first one. Okay. Free trials. All right. So free trials is the easiest way to just get that ball rolling, like I was saying. Okay. And then obviously it kind of knocks out two of these checklists. It gets the ball rolling, and then it helps us gather case studies and testimonials. So in the beginning, when I first started my agency, obviously I knew nothing about running Google Ads. I didn't know how to generate leads. I didn't know how to talk to clients. I didn't know how to sell clients on my services. So what did I do? I started offering free trials, and I was so desperate to just get the ball rolling. I even offered business owners that I would pay for their ad spend. If they would just let me, like, just give me this opportunity to run the ads for you, and you don't have to do anything differently. I will personally pay for your ad spend. And I don't recommend you doing that, but for me, I just, like, that was how bad I wanted to get the ball rolling, right? So the whole purpose was, hey, let me offer you, I'm looking to grow my portfolio. Let me offer you a free trial in exchange for a testimonial. And at the time, I was asking everybody that I offered a free trial to for a video testimonial. So that way it actually looks real. Because anybody can put together like a quick little writing and text, and it could be fake testimonial, right? I wanted a legit video testimonial, and most business owners would agree to that, right? Because they're not having to pay anything out of pocket, and so they're willing to take you up on your offer for a quick, 1 to 2 minute video testimonial. Who wouldn't want to do that, right? So that was the quickest and easiest way for me to get started. I was calling up people. I would go on Yelp, look at my niche or search up my niche on Yelp, on Google, and I just started calling. I would then grab their emails. I would start emailing them and just say, hey, I'm starting out my marketing agency. I'm a student. I'm looking to grow my portfolio. Can I offer I wouldn't use the word free trial at the time. I was actually kind of twist the word a little bit. I would say, can I volunteer to run your digital marketing, to do XYZ to generate you more leads in exchange for a video testimonial? Most of the time, I would then get a bunch of yeses, get on the phone or have some type of meeting, and from there, we start working, okay? And the cool thing about the free trial, guys, is that it's a win-win situation. So if you get a free trial, and let's say after the 1 or 2 week free trial, they don't want to move forward in becoming a client, you still get a video testimonial out of that, okay? But let's just say you just crush it for them, they like you for whatever reason, you'll get a video testimonial, and you also get a new client. So it's really a win-win situation. It's a great way for you to get in the door, okay? So you get a video testimonial and a new client out of these free trials. And this is a really, really great way to get started if you're just starting at scratch at zero. Really, really good way, and I highly recommend it. So the second way to get new clients is simple cold emails. And this was the second thing that I was doing to get new clients at the time. All right. So it's a super simple process. You would just get like an email list, and you can get an email list from, number one, you can go like on Upwork.com and hire a email list builder from overseas. It's relatively pretty cheap. I think they charge maybe 10 cents, I believe, per email. And so what these freelancers will do is that they'll go out, you tell them what niches you're going after. So for example, let's say you're going after, solar companies or chiropractors, okay? They would then go out, they would build a list, an email list of chiropractors. And you can tell them specifically, hey, I don't want the office administrative emails. I want the owner's email, okay? The doctor's email. That's who you want to get in contact with. And so what they'll do is they'll go out, they're going to build a huge email list. You might ask for 100, 500 to 1,000. I recommend just getting a big list, minimum maybe 500 to 1,000 emails. And then from there, you can start sending them email, or not yet, we're gonna get that to the next step. So that's the first step, okay? Get an email list, hire somebody to get an email list for you, or you can simply go to d7leadfinder.com. So that's the website there. And on that website, it literally already has an email list for you. You literally just search up which type of whose emails you want, and it will just populate all those emails. You just go ahead and export, download it, and now you have an email list. So you might have an email list of 1,000, 5,000, or even 10,000 emails. And these are all people that you can reach out to, okay? Because as I mentioned earlier, right, it is a numbers game. Understand that it is truly a numbers game, okay? So the bigger the email list, the better. All right. So the next step after now we have a huge email list of the type of customers that we want. You need to now clean that list because not every single email on that list is going to be verified or valid. Maybe it's an old email, maybe the email is no good anymore. So we just want to make sure that the email is deliverable. Okay, we can actually deliver our email to that. Because if you start sending emails to, these not unvalid emails, then your email accounts eventually is going to get like blacklisted, and so you're not going to be able to get in the inbox anymore. Your email is going to start landing in the spam folder, which no one's going to see. Okay, so we need to now clean the list to clean out that email list. And so you can use software such as NeverBounce, Email List Verify, Zero Bounce. These are all websites. Literally just search up on Google, and they're very cheap services, and they'll clean out your email list to make sure you have valid emails where they actually go into the inbox. All right. So now that we have a big email list, let's say we had 1,000 emails and we cleaned the list, and maybe there was like, I don't know, 300 emails that were no good. Okay. So now we have 700 emails where we know if we send an email, someone's going to see it. Okay. Somebody's going to see the email. And so what we need now is to simply use an email software to automate sending out those emails, all right? And when I first discovered this, when I first started out my agency, I thought it was the coolest thing in the world, being able to automatically send out emails, right? Essentially, like I said, I knew nothing about this. I thought I discovered something, but essentially use email softwares to automate, right? Obviously, you're not going to sit there and manually send out 700 emails, okay? So you can use software such as Gmass, Mailshake, Instantly.io. There's a whole lot of other email softwares for you to use. So use whatever's your favorite ones. These are just examples. I'm not affiliated with them whatsoever. These are just, some examples for you guys to save you guys time. But use your favorite email software. It's really simple, right? You would then just upload your email list into the software, type out the emails that the message that you want to send out to that's going to be sent out, and then from there you could space it out, as in how many emails should you be sending out per 5 seconds, 10 seconds, right? Because if you send out 100, 300, 500, 700 emails all at one time, your email account is going to be flagged. So what you want to do is make it look very human-like, as if a human is sending out these emails, okay? And these softwares do a really good job of sharing that with you anyways. So inside the software, it'll probably tell you, but regardless, you want to send out, you can tell the software to say, hey, I want to send out one email every 5 seconds or something like that. And then it'll go ahead and automate that. So let that like run throughout a couple of days. So if you have like a list of 700 emails, maybe send out 50 a day or so. That way you're not sending out 700 emails a day. It's just not very human-like. So that way we're not getting into the spam folder. Okay, so over a course of a week, you should start getting a whole lot of responses. Okay, a lot of people are gonna say no, but that's okay, right? You only need, like I said, 5 yeses. If you can get 5 yeses and they become clients, you're at 10K per month. So just think about it. Out of 700 people that you're sending out to, and you get 5 of them to just say yes to you and become a client, you're at 10K per month, right? Let's say out of those 700 people, maybe 30 people say yes to a free trial, and out of those 30 people, only 25 of them didn't want to move forward with you, but they gave you a video testimonial, and the other 5 move forward. You're still at 10K per month with a whole lot of video testimonials and assets. So this is exactly what I did in the beginning when I started off my agency, and this was how I scaled my agency to 10K per month. Within our first I believe it was like 6 to 8 months into my agency, we're starting to generate 10K per month, right? And so this is going to be working for anybody. And even with marketing agencies who are bigger now, they still use these methods. They still use free trials. They still do cold emails, believe it or not, right? So it doesn't matter where you're at, how big you are, these strategies are gonna work wherever you're at. Okay. So the third one I'm gonna share here is LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is super simple. You go on LinkedIn, you connect with your ideal clients. Okay. If you're trying to connect with lawyers, you would just type in the type of lawyers you want to connect with and connect with those people. Okay, so connecting with your ideal clients, whoever it may be, and then after they accept you, just build rapport by messaging them. Build some type of rapport, see where it is that you can help them, and if there is a fit, then go ahead and schedule a call with them, and see if they want to move forward in that free trial, or if you're a paid service, then you can offer that as well. So I have a video on my YouTube channel. It's actually one of, I think it was like my very first video I've ever uploaded on YouTube. And it's essentially how I use LinkedIn to book 15 leads for my digital marketing agency. And this was exactly, it's a very old video, but still, it's actually kind of crazy to see if you guys go and watch that video and see, how I first started to where I'm at now. But it essentially still works. Okay, so even though it's an older video, the methodology is still the same. Okay, and there's softwares for LinkedIn as well to connect with your ideal clients. So there are softwares out there where you can use, and it'll go out there and automatically send out requests to be friends on LinkedIn and connecting and all that good stuff. So one of them is called, and I'm gonna make this bigger too, that way you guys can see it. We have Meet Alfred, and then we also have Duck Soup. Okay, so search up those two softwares as they are LinkedIn automation softwares, like I said, to connect with your ideal clients. So Meet Alfred, Duck Soup, that I used Meet Alfred at the time to connect with my ideal clients. From there, that's how I was able to build up a lot of connections on LinkedIn. And then from there, just build rapport by messaging them and posting organic content on your LinkedIn on how you can help them. Also, in your, once you optimize your bio and all that good stuff, people are eventually going to read what it is that you do, and some of them will even reach out to you. Okay, so so that's how I was able to land clients. I think these three were my main sources of new clients at that time. Free trials and doing cold emails, doing LinkedIn, those were my main ones. You could do cold calling too. I didn't include it in here because personally I don't like doing cold calls because I'm terrible at it. My morale would just go down every single time because you get a lot of no's, and it's really hard to get past gatekeepers. But for those of you guys that are a little bit more comfortable, you guys don't have an issue of calling people up and telling them what it is that you do, by all means, go for it. Okay, it just wasn't for me at the time. I made cold calls. I would make 5, 10. I would quit. So I was like, okay, this isn't for me. I got to figure something that it would work a lot better for myself, and that was through cold email. So cold calling is another method as well. Super simple, right? You can literally just call them up. Hey, looking to run marketing for so-and-so. We're offering free trials. I'm looking to volunteer, and you just go from there. The other really good method here is Instagram and Facebook DMs, and I have a video for that too on my YouTube channel. Like I said, there's a lot of content on my channel if you are not already subscribed. Okay, so how to get new clients using Instagram DMs, and I also give my script away, right? So with Instagram, guys, it's super simple. You just need an account. I use my personal Instagram, and I would just literally message businesses. So I would like their most recent photo, and I would like it. I would comment on their most recent photo. I'll say, hey, something along the lines of check DMs. And then in the message, I would say something along the lines of, hey, we're looking to work with XYZ to generate leads. Tell them what it is that you do. And if they're interested, let's hop on a meeting. Let's hop on a call. All right. So super simple. That is literally the script, right? There's nothing special. There's nothing magical about it. Just get straight to the point. Okay. I don't like it when people message and they go like, hey or hello, right? Business owners are very busy. Just get straight to the point. If they're interested, great. If they're not, move on to the next, because it is a numbers game. A lot of people are going to say no, but like I said, you only need 5 people to generate 10K per month to make 6 figures a year, right? Super simple. All right, so how to get new clients using Instagram DMs, and you can do this on Facebook too. It's the same way. Just looking for your ideal. There's your ideal people on Facebook. A lot of times they'll have their occupation of what it is that they do. You can literally go on Facebook and search up plumbing or lawyers, criminal personal injury lawyers, and a lot of people will have that as their occupation. You'll be able to find personal injury lawyers on Facebook, and all you need to do is reach out to them, add them as a friend first, and then message them. Because once they accept your friend request, then your message gets delivered directly into their inbox. And then in Facebook, you can find Facebook groups, right? You can literally find a group of your ideal clients, and same thing, reach out and connect and see if there's a way that you could help them. All right, and so organic contents. All right, so this is my next favorite thing, okay? And I believe organic content is how I've really been able to take my agency from where it's at to 7 figures. This is how I built a 7-figure agency, by literally creating organic content. Because when you create organic content, you are going to build what's called a personal brand. And when you have a personal brand, it makes landing clients so much easier in anything that you do, okay? So when you have a personal brand, you're able to do a lot more. Let me put this in color. Oops, here we go. All right, so personal brand, that is exactly how we're able to sign clients a lot easier, through organic content. So it doesn't matter what it is that you're looking to do. If you can build a personal brand, your company will be a 7-figure company easily, right? So that's why personal branding is so important. When you go out in businesses and you think of a company, like what it is that they do, they're trustworthy, and what it is that they stand for. And so when you can build a personal brand for yourself, that is how your agency is going to grow. And you don't need thousands or millions of followers and fans to build a personal brand. I was starting to make sales at like my first 50 to 100 subscribers on YouTube. Okay, and I mean we're at like 13,000 now at the time of recording this video, but I was already landing new clients at my between 50 to 100 subscribers. And getting 50 to 100 subscribers is fairly simple if you just start creating content and posting it up. So organic contents, what are the different types of organic contents that I was creating to land new clients? Number one, you could create a podcast. I didn't do that. You can create a podcast though and talk about, things. It's essentially like a radio version, modern radio version, I would say. But if you can create some type of podcast and talk about your ideas and strategies and methods and things like that, that is going to build an audience, okay? So the whole point of organic content and personal brand is to literally build an audience. I think that's really important to include on here. So Facebook, Instagram profile. You can use your Facebook and Instagram profile. So when you're adding your ideal clients, they're going to see everything that you post, right? So when you're posting on your Facebook wall or your Instagram feed, and you're focused on giving value, and these prospects are reading what it is that you have to offer, it automatically builds credibility and authority for you. So once they consume and digest enough content of yours, they're going to buy into whatever it is that you're offering, because now they see you, they know what it is that you do, they know what it is that you can do for them, and they can see results, okay? And so when they consume that, you can now start getting clients to come to you. All right. So my third method here, which is my go-to one, I would say is my YouTube channel. So we create a ton of content for my YouTube channel, and I didn't know at the time that it was going to help me build a personal brand, because I didn't know the importance of that. I didn't know how far this would go, and I don't even believe that my channel is that big. But even like I said, even at 50 to 100 subscribers, we are already getting new clients, okay? So my YouTube channel, we create pieces of content, and when you create these content, you upload it to YouTube channel, they become evergreen content, which means it's literally gonna be there all the time. And so when someone searches up on YouTube and your video pops up, they now have content that they're going to consume and buy into you. So now when I'm creating value let's say, I drop a case study or I do a how to generate phone calls for personal injury lawyers, and a personal injury lawyer from New York just so happens to search that up on Google or YouTube, and they see my video, they watch my video, they see that I'm getting results. I'm showing the steps by step on how to do what it is that they're trying to get. And most of the time, these business owners don't have the time to do it themselves. So what are they going to do? They're going to go ahead and just hire the expert, right? They've already seen me do it. They've already watched my 30-minute video that showing them step by step on how I would do it for them, and then what are the results that they can get out of that. And so they're just gonna book a call, pay me to do it for them, right? And so it makes the process of going from cold lead to signed client that much faster. And that's how I've been able to close a lot of new clients. We've actually have done zero outreach in the past, I'd say 2 to 3 years, and I've been able to really scale my agency to 7 figures because of organic content, building a brand, building an audience. And that is so important. So whatever niche it is that you're in, whatever offer or service that you're looking to offer, create content around that. Give value, because when people find you, they're going to consume your content. They're going to buy into whatever it is that you have to offer, and they're just going to rather pay you for your services so that they can just save that time and get straight to the results. And they're going to save a whole lot of money by skipping that learning curve and and all that stuff too, right? So YouTube channel, one of my favorite things to do. I literally tell everybody who asks me, hey Jordan, what should I do? Even if you don't want to offer digital service, just start a YouTube channel, because it's so important to just build an audience. Once you have an audience, you can literally sell anything or offer anything that would be beneficial to your audience. So you can even work backwards, right? Just build an audience first and then figure out how to monetize that afterwards. So YouTube channel. Reddit groups, same thing. I literally just drop content in Reddit groups, and somehow, some way, we signed a lawyer from that. He like went down a rabbit hole and he said, hey, I found your post, found it really helpful, and I would like to hire you for your services. Like, we've literally landed clients from Reddit groups. So even though I listed out 4 here, obviously you're not limited to just these 4 things. There's a ton of other ways where you can be dropping organic content, where you're not chasing after the client, but you're leaving treats out, right? You're leaving value and you're just essentially helping people. Then you're naturally going to just attract your ideal clients. And that is the best way to do it, right? Instead of having to chase after new clients, you can attract new clients. Right now, we're at the phase where we are looking to really scale our agency. Okay, so like I said, we're trying to get that up to 100K per month. And most marketing agencies that say they're at 100K per month, but really like their profit margins like 30 to 40%, which is still great. Like, no hate on that. That's still really cool. But with the systems that I'm sharing with you on this whiteboard, you're going to be at 70 to 80% net profit margins. Okay, your profit margin is going to be so much higher by following these steps. And even when we start scaling with paid ads here, once we start running ads to scale our company, like, we should still be expecting 60 to 70% net profit margins, which is still relatively pretty high, really good at a scale level. So that's really the next step here. Once you build up your agency, you landed a couple clients, and you're comfortable in sales and fulfillment and things like that. And now you're like ready to really grow your company and take on more clients because you just know that you're crushing it. Then it's time to start running paid ads to scale your company. And essentially, running paid ads is literally just putting your marketing agency on steroids. It's going to grow that much faster. But you have to make sure that you have the foundations, the systems, the processes dialed in before you start running paid ads to scale, because so many marketing agencies jump right into paid ads and growing their agency. They last for maybe a year and a half, best at 2 years. I've seen maybe a year on average, to be honest, and their agency comes crashing down because they don't have their systems, processes in place correctly. It's not efficient. Their client retention is just not there. They're having to chase after new clients. And so their marketing agency just burns down, okay? It crashes out. And You don't want that to happen. You want your company to be long lasting, even if it's by building brick by brick. So just be patient and build it brick by brick. Do it the right way because your marketing agency is going to last a lot longer and it'll be less stressful. Okay. So those are all the steps to get clients. I'm dropping like everything you need to know to grow your agency. All right. So hopefully learning from a 7-figure agency owner himself is helpful to you. If it is, guys, if you're still here, show some love in the comment section real quick. All right. I would love to know. All right. So the next part here is obviously sales. Okay. If we can't sell our services, our products, then we're not going to have any paying clients. So sales is the most important thing for any company, any business. It's literally the bloodline. Now I'm going to share with you guys how I've been able to close clients, high ticket clients that's willing to pay me $1,500, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 per month, even with no sales background. I had no prior sales background, I had no prior sales experience. I was hanging up on myself at one point on these sales calls, right? I didn't have any business background or experience until I figured out a system. I'm gonna be sharing that system with you guys, so stick with this video. But I wanna share with you guys the fundamentals of sales first. I'm gonna give you guys the whole entire system so that you can start closing deals even if you don't really have that much experience. And if you do, then just copy the system. It should improve your conversion rate, right? So the fundamentals of these sales, okay? So number one, you wanna be sharp as a tack. You wanna be enthusiastic as hell. And lastly, you wanna come off as an expert in your field, right? So Jordan Belfort, the man himself, the Wolf of Wall Street, actually talks about this, right? Being sharp as a tack, you're on it, okay? You're on time, you're just sharp on the call, and you're just speaking to the client. If you're like mumbling and you just sound unsure, uncertain, there's gonna be a low level confidence in your ability to fulfill. All right. So be sharp as a tack. It's gonna take practice. You wanna be enthusiastic as hell. Okay. So you don't wanna come off as a low energy, low tone person. You want to raise their level of mood, their state of mood. Okay. Because people with low energies, they're not going to buy into you. So we need to raise their state of mind. We need to get them excited into whatever it is that they're about to buy from us, okay? So they're not gonna buy if they're just bored of you, okay? So as soon as they pick up that phone, you need to raise that level of mood, okay? So you need to be excited, you need to be enthusiastic, you need to raise their energy through the phone or through a Zoom meeting call. Okay, so come up as enthusiastic, raising the roof. And lastly, you want to come off as an expert in your field. You want to know what you're talking about. You want to be certain that you can get them results. If you are hesitant, if you are unsure, if you make the prospect feel unsure that you can get them results, then chances are they're not going to buy into what it is that you have to offer, right? So be an expert in your field by being confident in whatever it is that you're saying, even if you're not, even if you're unsure if you can help the client. If you really can't help the prospect, just tell them, hey, it doesn't seem like we're a good fit for each other and we can help you out, okay? But if you can help them out, you need to come off as that. So the first step of sales is building rapport and qualifying the prospect, all right? So the goal of this objective on a sales call is to identify your prospect's needs, wants, don't wants, beliefs, their values, and their pain points. If you ask the right questions, this will help you achieve these things so that you can come up with a solution to help them achieve their desired goal. And so in order to do that, you need to listen more than you talk, right? So you need to essentially become a doctor. So I want you to think of yourself like you're a doctor and you are listening to the patient. They're telling you what it is that they want, what they don't want. And before you prescribe, a medication to them, you have to figure out what it is that they're going through and what they're trying to achieve. And then from there, you can come up with prescribing whatever it is that they want. So in this case, we're going to be coming up with a solution to wherever they're trying to go. And the only way to do this is by listening, asking the right questions, asking them what are they currently doing, what's working, what's not working, what are their goals, why haven't they gone there yet, why are they still doing the same thing, why are they still doing the same thing that's not working. Okay, so really grabbing all this intel, and so now we can have ammunition, so that we can actually know what it is that they want. We can offer them a solution tailored to whatever it is that they want. Okay, so building rapport, qualifying, and then closing the deal. Once you have identified their wants and their don't wants, all you need to do, like I said, is package your offer and frame it to how it will help them solve their problems and achieving their desired result. So if business owner wants, his goal is he's doing $30K per month right now, and he wants to get it up to $100,000 per month. Well, Mr. Business Owner, how we're going to do that is to get to 100K per month. This is exactly what we need to do. Here are the steps to get you from point A to point B. Okay, so that is how you need to be doing it. And then having an irresistible offer, you need to come up with an offer, lastly, that someone's actually going to buy into. So you need to have a no-brainer offer for your prospects. You need to make it easy to say yes, and it'd be stupid for your prospect to say no. So in order to do this, have an irresistible offer, you can just have strong guarantees that can help. Okay, so for example of strong guarantees, you could say, hey, you can get them X results, whatever it is that they want, or you don't pay anything. Another example is X results, or we work for free until you do. And another one is X result, or we refund you within 30 days. So by having some sort of guarantee, it's going to help the buyer feel confident in you and whatever it is that you're offering, and they're more likely to move forward, right? So if you can lower the guard, because no one likes being sold to, but if you can lower their guard, then they'll be more willing to buy, okay? Anytime someone's hopping on a sales call, they know that they're being sold to, they're going to have these walls up, right? They have smoke screen and walls and mirrors and things like that because they don't want to buy from you, right? That's the truth of the matter. Their brain is automatically going to tell them, hey, you need to think about it. Hey, you should talk to multiple people, or hey, what does that mean? Or they're going to be scared to move forward for whatever reason, personal beliefs or whatever it is. So you need to make it easy for prospects to move forward with you, okay? Now, I've been able to figure out a system that helps improve the closing rate. Like I said, I didn't have any, ways to close clients in the beginning. I didn't know how to close. I didn't know how to take sales calls. I was hanging up on myself and all that good stuff. And so that's when I created the VCL system. It's a video closing letter system. And this alone helped me land new clients without ever having to say a single word, okay? And they were already ready to move forward by the time they talked to me, they reached out to me. They were already had their money out, ready to move forward. And there's 3 things that the VCL system is going to do for you, and this is how you want to frame it. It's literally a presentation. You can record a video presentation explaining these 3 things, all right? So number 1, you want to show how your system can get prospects their desired results. So showing credibility. And by doing this, you're sharing your exact system on how to help your client get from point A to point B. So now they can actually see visually on how you can get them their desired result. And automatically what that's going to do is build credibility and authority for you and boosting prospects' confidence in you. So when you show them a system and say, hey, here's how you do it, here's the results that you get from it once you set that up and that's running. And so once they see the results, they're already going to buy into it, right? They already know that you can help them get their X results. So that automatically gives you credibility and authority. You can also, add in the video testimonials and case studies that we were able to gather from all the free trials that you had been doing earlier. So that's going to build credibility and authority too. So step 1, you want to show how your system works. And then number 2, how it works and the results that I can get, I should say. And then build credibility, share case studies, share testimonials to boost it, to really show that you can help prospect get from point A to point B. And then lastly, about your VCO system, you want to debunk all limiting beliefs about your system. So for example, if we are a Google Ads agency and our system is to run Google Ads to generate quality leads, we need to figure out what are the objections? What are our prospects thinking? Because automatically they're going to try to figure out or think of ways why our system doesn't work. Okay, so maybe they might say, hey, I've tried Google Ads in the past, it didn't work. Hey, I've heard Google Ads is expensive. I've tried Google Ads myself, it didn't work. I've hired other Google Ads agency, it didn't work, right? So we need to overcome all those objections in this presentation. When you create your presentation and you cover all these three things, how your system works and how it can get your prospect results, getting credibility, showing case studies, showing testimonials that your system does work for these people because you've done it already. And number three, overcoming all the objections and limiting beliefs that people might be thinking. They have no other thoughts, right? They have to move forward with you now. They have already bought into what it is that you're offering. And this is a simple like 10 to 15 minute presentation video. You just drive traffic to your page, get them to watch the video, and they have a clear understanding of what it is that you do, how you do it, how you can help them, and that you've helped other people, right? And they're leaving money on the table if they don't use your services. And so this is going to automatically increase the closing rate, and it helps close the deal much, much easier. And so I didn't have any sales skills starting out. I struggled a lot. This system helped me close 95% of my deals on the initial call, on the very first call that we were talking to prospects. And this was literally the game changer for my business because I sucked at sales, okay? So I've seen a lot of like marketing agencies out there where they're trying to close, the prospects, and it'll take them 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 calls just for them to close that one lead into a paying client. With this system, I've been able to close clients on the very first call, literally first call, and they're ready to move forward. And if you don't believe me, you can literally watch my live sales calls on my YouTube channel. The conversations are different. They're much more happy and pleasant to talk to me. They're happy, they're excited to talk to me. They want to move forward. And literally on the call, it's not so much a sales call, it's more of building rapport of, hey, how's it going? And this is how we're gonna help you. Yep, that's me. And when do you want to move forward? Today? Perfect. Let me send you over the proposal, get that signed, and we'll start building it out. So really, really simple. And the whole purpose, primary objective of this system is to primarily warm up the prospects so that they're ready to move forward by the time they talk to you. 80% of the selling should be done before the sales call. If you're trying to do all your selling on the actual sales call, chances are you're not going to close them on that first call. It's going to start taking 3, 4, 5 calls. But if you can start selling your clients before the call, your closing rate is going to go up. So 80% of the selling needs to happen before the call. And the way you do this is you warm up your lead. And in order to warm them up, you do the VCL system, okay? So you want to show how your system works, how you can get the results. You want to boost your credibility by sharing testimonials, case studies, and all that good stuff. And you want to debunk all limiting beliefs, all objections, overcome everything, okay? And that's how you're able to achieve that. By the time they hop on a call, they've already overcame all that. They're ready to move forward with you, all right? So the next step pretty much is pretty simple. Now we have systems in place to, we have fulfillment, we have client retention, we know how to get clients, we know how to sell clients, and we have a system to get new clients, sell them, get awesome results for client retention. Now we start building a superstar team, right? So by building a superstar team, we're gonna start being able to grow our agency, we're gonna start getting time back, and we can start working on the agency and the business instead of in the business. And that's how you're able to scale it to 6 to 7 figures. Okay, so in order to build a superstar team, it's really simple. You can just hire freelancers from Upwork or onlinejobs.ph, and that's gonna keep overheads low, okay? Because you can now hire people overseas who are certified and just as good or even better at a fraction of the cost. Okay, and so this is how you keep your overhead low. This is how you're gonna keep that 70 to 80% profit margin, right? Because if you're hiring US-based people, then chances are you're gonna be paying a little bit more. So it really matters. It comes down to what matters more to you, okay? If you wanna hire people overseas, different time zones, there's pros and cons to both. Is really how you wanna run your agency. So the 3 things that you need to essentially delegate by hiring these people. So number one, you need to hire sales, right? You need to get someone to take sales calls for you, right? Unless you want to do sales yourself. In the beginning, I was doing sales myself. What I actually did was I started automating these two first. I actually automated my outreach systems first. So I hired people to do my cold emails, to send out messages, to do my DMs and stuff like that, because I understood that it was truly a numbers game. And so I didn't want to sit around, and I didn't have time to just be messaging people all day and going and conversating with people all day, right? So I automated this part, hired somebody, do that from these websites, super simple to do. And then I hired a PPC manager, right? So I hired someone who was Google certified, had years of experience, managed millions of dollars, and much more experience than I did at the time, and just had them manage the clients for me. Obviously, at this point, once you go through that Google Ads training, you can literally send that training to your freelancer, to your team, and just watch the video, and they'll learn how to do Google Ads on top of what they already know. So I hired a Google Ads manager, gave him training so that he could even be better and do it the way I like it and how I know works. And from there, they just became better. So I automated this, and then sales has been back and forth. Sometimes I'll take the calls because people like talking to me. They come from my YouTube channel, things like that. But we're going into the scaling stage. So I do have salespeople that have taken calls from me before as well. But this is what we're going to start delegating to. But essentially, these are the three things that you can outsource and delegate, right? And so I actually also have an operation manager. So an operation manager is pretty much next after you have these things right here in place by managing your team. So instead of having to manage your sales guy, your PPC guy, your outreach person, you just need to talk to your operations manager. Your operation managers will talk to these team members to make sure everything's running smoothly, your business is going, and that way you don't have to talk to too many people, you just talk to one person, okay? And then that one person just takes care of this team here. So the operation manager should be kind of like the jack of all trades in your business. He should kind of know a little bit of everything and how to communicate with those people. So that's the operation manager. And then we also have the next one is the client success manager. So that would be the next one as well. And the role of this person is to stay in communication with your clients for retention and success. Okay, so over communication with clients is going to help with client retention. And so that is why it's important to hire a client success manager once you're scaling and you have so many clients where you're unable to keep in touch or communicate with everybody at once while you're working on your agency and things like that. So hire a client success manager. It's going to be a lot easier. That's going to take everything off your plate, and you build client retention by having this manager talk to them, be in communication, and that's going to work. So that's pretty much the superstar team there. You can outsource, delegate anything. And lastly, it's pretty much time to scale. So from here, we just need to improve each mechanism in your business, okay? So service delivery, sales, new client intake system on how to get new clients. So continue to figure out what's working and make improvements on that, right? Make it more efficient, train up your members, the automation softwares. How can we, do things better? So just making things as efficient as possible, figuring out what works, and build on top of that. Whatever is lacking, improve those things so that we can be in a position to start scaling. So in order to start scaling, we need to just start increasing more volume, right? Pretty simple. So in order to get more clients, we need to just send out more cold emails, run paid ads, send out more outbound messages, and doing more organic content, right? Viral content, that's gonna drive more traffic, and that's how you're gonna get more clients. More sales, right? So as you're getting more traffic here, you're obviously gonna get more sales calls, so you would just need to train and hire more salespeople. This is where we're working more on the agency to be able to scale. And then lastly, you can do more service, but what I like to think of it is you really have two options. You can either become world-class at one thing and just specialize in one thing, and people will pay you top dollar for that because it is exactly what you do, this is what you specialize in, and it works. Or you can just add more service deliverables, right? So on top of Google Ads, you can start offering maybe SEO, social media management, things like that will complement each other to get your client more results. And so you can start charging more for your services. So that is super simple on increasing volume, just keeping it simple. So guys, you don't have to be the best to make money, okay? If you just literally just take 10% of what you learned today implement it every single day and be consistent with it, worst case scenario, you make 100,000, right? Which is still 10K per month, okay? 10K per month, right? I mean, we're at 1.6, so it's probably gonna be more than 10K. You'll be at like 16,000 per month. So worst case scenario, you'll be close to $200,000 per month if you just implement 10% of this and being consistent with it. And so there are so much opportunities for everyone in the space. Every single business needs one thing, like I said, more customers, more sales. And if you can just be half decent at the things that were taught today, you'll make 10K per month easy, right? So hopefully what I explained today is super simple for you to get started. You literally need 5 clients at $2,000 a piece and you're at 10K, all right? So there's that. My channel has a ton of free resources and contents for you to learn what you need to start scaling your agency. You literally take everything that you need in my YouTube channel for free and learn it. I also have a free masterclass link in my description that's going to give you an in-depth training of exactly how I scaled my agency from 0 to 7 figures, my systems and all that good stuff. You can literally take that, implement it, it's just more training. It's absolutely free and you can do it. And the people that took the free masterclass, you can see here, I have a ton of student testimonials from all around the world. We have Brian here, he scaled his agency from 4K to 20K. We have Roger, crazy, incredible, inspirational story. Roger scaled his agency from 0 to 20K per month from Kenya, Africa. Like, you should not have an excuse, okay? He doesn't have a perfect English accent. He's not US based. He doesn't have the best Wi-Fi connection. He's in Africa, right? And when I Zoom called him one time for his interview, he didn't even have the best Wi-Fi connection. So there's absolutely no excuses. Diego, I believe he was like 19 when he first started his agency. He generated 10K per month, and now he's doing 100K per month for his own agency. We have Albert here. He was able to close his first $2,000 client as a beginner. We have Dan, the marketing man, a good buddy of mine, who when he first started was doing 11K a month. I actually did a student interview with him in Colombia of him surpassing $1 million in revenue, okay? So Dan, the marketing man, started his agency about 2019, and now he's done over $1 million in revenue, which is just crazy from his bedroom. And cool story too, interviewed him. He went from getting evicted to now having a successful agency. We have Noah, beginner, closed $1,500. We have Kai, and just so many more student testimonials. I highly, highly recommend you watch a free masterclass and jump. You know, this is just like a few testimonials and case studies to share with you guys, but there's more screenshots here. We have Newton, marketing. He scaled his agency to 52K a month. We have River Companies here generating $5,000. Okay, so guys, hopefully this $1.6 million worth of map here has been super beneficial and helpful to you. If it has, like this video, subscribe to the channel for more content on growing your agency. Let me know what I'm missing, how it was helpful for you in the comment section below. This is exactly how I generated over $1.6 million by offering a digital service without any experience from scratch, and you can just copy me. Video.